Last night was the big football night, the Super Bowl. Of course, the Kansas City Chiefs winning against the San Francisco 49ers in overtime. Quite a game, my goodness. And this is relevant to politics for one reason, and that reason's name is Taylor Swift. Of course, MAGA has become strangely and hatefully obsessed with Taylor Swift, thinking that she's a part of some grand conspiracy theory to help President Joe Biden get reelected, which would be awesome if that was the conspiracy. And it's a story we've been covering for a little while now. It got so much better last night with Joe Biden jumping into the mix and mocking MAGA after the Chiefs won in the best way imaginable. So good, it got under their skin. So I have a video to play for you of Biden last night, first TikTok post of his, and it's hilarious. First, let me remind you of the absolute brain-melting behavior of MAGA lately. So the context is Taylor Swift, mass pop star. She's currently dating an NFL football player on the Kansas City Chiefs named Travis Kelce. Kelce has actually had a record of doing some progressive things like advocating for vaccines, kneeling during the national anthem, being, Team Kaepernick in that debacle in politics. And then also Swift endorsed Biden in 2020. Then Taylor Swift encouraged more recently her followers to get registered to vote. And that just so bizarrely triggered the first wave of MAGA hate, because essentially they wouldn't admit this, but high voter turnout hurts Republicans because the country's actually clearly majority Democratic if a lot of people vote. So getting people registered to vote, then if she potentially endorses Biden too, could be very beneficial to Joe Biden. Then when Swift and Kelce started to be in the headlines a lot as we approached the Super Bowl, MAGA pundits started to go crazy with conspiracy theories like this.
And such, immeasurable amount of followers, she can potentially single-handedly swing voters because of just the amount of followers that she potentially can influence. So the answer is yes, Jesse.
Yeah, because when she posted the link to the vote.org, it's like hundreds of thousands of young Taylor Swift fans all of a sudden registered to vote. I wonder who got to her from the White House or from wherever.
America's pop star celebrity sweetheart joins forces with the top dog in the NFL, playing for the team that's going to the Super Bowl. Let's be real here. This is bread and circuses on steroids.
And the way you would do that is by taking the most brain dead, low information voters. Of course, I'm talking about Swifties, Taylor Swift fans, who sort of worship this artist, kind of like at random, right? Like just out of the blue, suddenly Taylor Swift's the most famous person on earth. Now she's at every NFL game with her boyfriend, who's backed by Bud Light and Pfizer. Travis Kelce is this guy who also kind of out of the blue became this big-time celebrity, really rich, really powerful. Why? He's a tight end. He's like a glorified lineman. That doesn't make any sense. Tight ends aren't famous people in football. What are you talking about? What world are we living in? Sure seems planned. Sure seems like something that is like concocted in order to accelerate the fame of these two people, get them to the Super Bowl, the largest screens on earth, get maybe like a proposal after the game. This is what I think is going to happen. There's going to be like some type of proposal after the Super Bowl is rigged for the Chiefs. And then the two of these people reach like crazy levels of absolute fame. And then they take all that fame that has been given to them by the rotted corporate press, media, entertainment industry that explicitly backs Democrats. And then they use that in order to try and save Joe Biden.
Okay, that last guy, Benny Johnson is his name. The fact that you think Taylor Swift all of a sudden became really famous in the last few months proves you haven't been paying attention. She's been consistently famous since she was like 16. So I guess a really long op on the part of Joe Biden. Wow. And we also talked about posts on X like this. The End Wokeness account said, what's happening with Taylor Swift is not organic and natural. It's an op. We all feel it. We all know it. Then Laura Loomer said the Democrats' Taylor Swift election interference psyop is happening in the open. It's not a coincidence that current and former Biden administration officials are propping up Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Yes, they need propping up very badly. they're going to use Taylor Swift as the poster child for the pro-abortion Get Out the Vote campaign. So we talked about all of that in the past, but for anyone who missed it, now you're filled in. Well, a big part of that conspiracy, as you heard, was that Biden is in on this. That Biden and his people were choreographing the whole relationship so that they could be, Kelsey and Swift, that is, in the spotlight and then endorse him. And the whole season was rigged to make the Chiefs win. And a part of these predictions would be that Swift and Kelsey would endorse Joe Biden at the Super Bowl. Obviously, that didn't come true, but Biden posted this video during the Super Bowl to mock MAGA.
Chiefs or Niners?
Two great quarterbacks, hard to decide. But if I didn't say I was for the Eagles, then I'd be sleeping alone. My wife's a Philly girl.
Game or commercials?
Game.
Game or halftime show?
Game.
Jason Kelsey or Travis Kelsey?
Mama Kelsey. I understand she makes great chocolate chip cookies.
Deviously plotting to rig the season so the Chiefs would make the Super Bowl, or the Chiefs just being a good football team?
I'd get in trouble if I told you.
Trump or Biden?
Are you kidding? Biden.
So the guy behind the camera asked, did you rig the season? And Biden said he would get into trouble if he told us. Come on, that's priceless. And then after the Chiefs officially won, he posted this on X, just like we drew it up, with the dark Brandon photo. Bum, bum, bum. And friend of the show, Josiah from Pondering Politics, responded to this on X, saying, proud of the president's staff for recognizing how important it is to mock right-wing conspiracy theorists. They deserve contempt, not your respect or patience. And that's exactly it. Mock the absurdity of MAGA by playing into these conspiracy theories. At least sometimes it's hilarious. And I love knowing that you just know at least a portion of MAGA will see these posts and feel like it's an affirmation of their beliefs about this. I told you. Biden admitted it right there. See? They caught him on camera admitting it. But if Biden can't make all of these individuals stop being weird, which he can't, and conspiratorial, at least he can entertain us with the funny jabs like that one. Make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel, and you can become a member at lukebeasleyshow.com/membership.